What is .NET MAUI?
.NET Multi-Platform App UI. .NET MAUI is a cross-platform framework for creating native mobile and desktop apps with C# and XAML. Using .MAUI, you can develop apps that can run on Android, iOS, macOS, and Windows from a single shared code base. .MAUI is open source and is the evolution of Xamarin.Forms, that's what it was before .MAUI. Extend from mobile to desktop scenarios with UI control rebuilt from the ground up for performance and extensibility. If you have previously used Xamarin.Forms to build cross-platform user interface, you will notice many similarities with .MAUI. However, there are also some differences. Using .MAUI, you can create multi-platform apps using a single project, but you can add platform-specific source code and resources if necessary. One of the key aims of .MAUI is to enable you to implement as much of your app and logic and UI layout as possible in a single code base. So what does it mean by having a single code base? And what was the difference in Xamarin Forms and .MAUI? Let's take a look. On the left side here, you will see Xamarin Forms project structure, and on the right side is the .MAUI project structure. So, what's the difference? The main key difference you'll notice is there are three main projects instead of one project. So one for Android, one for iOS, and one is the main, which is going to have the shared code. Now in .MAUI, it's simplified. You just have one main project, and inside that you have a platforms folder in which you can put specific for the platform specific code in those folders. So that's the main difference between .MAUI and Xamarin Forms folder structures. Now that we have a brief overview of how .MAUI works and what is it, we can start by installing and downloading Visual Studio Code and developing new projects, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do that.
Three, two, one, let's go.
First thing is going to be downloading Visual Studio Code, and to do that we're going to head over to your web browser. For me it's Safari, and just go to Visual Studio Code. I'll leave a link. And so right here I can download from Mac, Linux, or Windows. I've already got it downloaded, and make sure to drag it to your apps after the download asks you. Then you can just launch it up, get your account and stuff set up. Once that's done, we need to head over to the extensions, and you can see I've installed .install tool. I've also installed .MAUI. I've installed .MAUI archive publish tool if you want that. It's for archiving and publishing the app. We'll see that later. C# dev kit, and the rest you see in the picture. I'm also going to be installing an extra one, which is for IntelliCode. Actually, the Python ones, you can ignore them. That's just for Python. So I'm going to install IntelliCode because it's going to assist us when we're writing code. So this will take a while. So it's 2000x speed. Alright, so that was quick. Now we got that installed, and we are ready to begin. So just quit and reopen it so that everything's ready to set up. And now you can either create .NET project like this by using this button here. Now this error is actually of no use, it just comes up, but you can see it opens up this bar, which is the, you can call it the command bar or something like that. But I can directly also write it directly through that bar by using that, but I'm going to use the button. So click the button, and after you do that, it's going to ask you to select the type. I selected the type, and then select the path for yourself in your folder or finder, and then press open. Now you can name your app. So for this, it's going to be probably a MAUI tutorial, as that's the name for this whole course. And then just enter that. I'm gonna actually make this in full screen. Now this is your Explorer, and it's not what we really want to see. There's also a search bar. You can replace and search stuff. The source control, we're going to explain how to use this too. Not in this video though, so just the basic setup. There's a run and debug section. So let's see how we can run and debug our app without any changes, because when you create a new MAUI project, there's default UI and stuff already functional for you to explore how it works. So just press run and debug, and you can select C# as the debugger and select your own app, and there we go. So it's already started the build. I have already got these simulators on. I'll just show you in a while how you can get simulators for iPhone, and on your side if you want the Android. I'm gonna write that down how to do that in description. And here we go. So now the app is launched up as an iPad, but I'm going to change that to an iOS device using pick iOS device.
Wait, what? It's iOS device? But then how am I gonna get the Android device?
Don't worry, use this instead. Or you can use the Pick Startup device to see all devices available.
I get it.
Let's get back.
So here I can use the pick iOS device then, and I can see my iPhone device and also the simulators. So I'll select one of the simulators. Now how to get simulators for macOS is quite simple. When you open Xcode and when you install, you can actually download the latest iOS, or when you launched Xcode once, it's just gonna allow you to select here and just download and install it. Otherwise, just go and search out a tutorial for that, and if you can't find it. Alright, so I also have support for Android devices though in my Mac. Anyway, we can give it a try by pressing the play button again. And it's gonna do some stuff here. Signing stuff with the normal company defaults. And then it will just launch the application, which takes a while. When it's blue, it means it's launching it up, and then it swipes my windows directly here. And then you can see it comes empty because it's still working in the background, trying to install the application. There you go. Once that's done, it's going to launch it up. Now this is the default app and has very basic functionality. It's just some image, a UI, and all you can do right in this app is click the button and it will just tell you how many times you clicked it. So quite simple, but yes, that's all they have in their default app. MAUI Hot Reload. So this is actually meant to allow you to change stuff when your code is actually being debugged. So the app is right and running, and I can change stuff in the XAML. It usually works well for the UI, but might not work nice for the code probably. Yeah, the CS class. So we can change stuff in this app here. So I'm just going to I'm going to add a new label. Here you go. And change it to Hello Maui. So you can see it refreshes the app and you get this new little thing. You can also give it a style and stuff like that so that it matches with the Hello World stuff. But as you can see, it's just like it's supposed to be. And it's updating in real time while we are still while it's already connected with the debugger. So subscribe, like, and support me through Patreon. And the next video is about layouts in .NET MAUI.